Hello my friends and welcome to Disney Dreamlight Valley Reddit review. Let's see what's been going on in the last week, and if you're enjoying Disney Dreamlight Valley, a sub to the channel would be amazing. We do all kinds of Disney Dreamlight Valley content, inspiration videos, results, decorating streams, DreamSnaps spirals, reviewing all the epic content, science experiments, all that you can imagine, and I would love to have you here. Let's jump right into it. Finally figured out what to do with the Frosted Heights. Let's take a look. By the way, this is such a good feeling when you struggle for a while to find what you want to do with the biome, and then once it finally clicks and you get the perfect build, it's just an amazing feeling. This floor, by the way, looks so good in Frosted Heights. Mulan is following you. Wow, these lights look incredible. I forgot we have those. I'm definitely using those in my Frosted Heights. What? Scrooge Store and Remy in Frosted Heights? Wow, this is definitely different. Nice. It looks like a very open design, so it did not use a lot of objects there. And still looks super full and unique. I love it. Well done, Sajo Cat. My little memory orb finally leveled up. I'm so proud. Yeah, that happens sometimes if there's another object right in front of the critter when they level up. Still, one of the most annoying things that happens is when you get a golden pumpkin explosion, for example. And at the same time, you get a character or a critter level up. You're basically gonna miss out on it. I mean, I personally don't think it's a big deal because I usually just ignore the golden pumpkins and pumpkin explosions. I feel like the time that it takes to collect those, okay, if it's a golden pumpkin, it might be worth it if you have a farmer buddy with you because they're gonna give you extra for each one you pull out. But explosions, those just give you like 5 to 10 extra pumpkins, and those do not get duplicated, I'm pretty sure, by your companions. So by the villager you hang out with. So those I usually ignore because just pulling out one more pumpkin is going to take much less time and it's going to give you much more pumpkins. But yeah, these bugs, it's not a bug technically, but I feel like Gameloft could have fixed it by just pausing those special events while there is an animation for level up playing. That would be nice. Nice little quality of life feature. Finally got this outfit from Merlin. Love this vibe. Well, right on time for the summer. Oh wait, it's kind of a little bit too late for the summer, but you can make it feel like summer in your game if you get Merlin in this outfit, go to the beach, even in the middle of the winter. You can make it feel like summer, which is pretty cool. I love the outfits that are like so different from the original character outfits. Like Scrooge has a summer outfit, this guy has the summer outfit, and they're just so polarizingly different. Those are my favorite kinds of outfits. Poppy Field. Oh, that looks so good. I love the pattern that you have going on, like the waves. Wow, it's so meticulously crafted to perfection. Should I steal this from my Mythopia? I mean, the right answer is yes, but I also look at this and what I see is probably about, I would say, 500 flowers, which is a huge chunk of the item limit. If the item limit wasn't an issue on Mythopia, I would absolutely do stuff like this. But unfortunately, we have to be mindful of the item limit. And this is basically taking a whole biome worth of items just in that little spot. So despite it looking super cool and me wanting to have something like this in my valley so much, I don't think my items allow me to afford it. I hope Gameloft doubles the item limit once again at some point in the future for everybody. That would be so good. Well, I messed up. Mailbox error. Your inventory is full. Trying to claim 7,600 iron. So the way this works, I'm guessing is well, I'm not guessing. I know exactly how it's done, and I've seen some people having this issue too. There is an exploit or a glitch that you can use to basically get unlimited free iron by buying regular white stoves from Scrooge Store and then disenchanting them or uncrafting them in a crafting station, and you can get basically iron and other flowers for coins. And the thing is, if you disenchant too many of them at the same time, it's just gonna give you so much iron to claim that it's not gonna fit in the inventory, which is a huge oversight by Gameloft. For some reason, there is no limit of how many things you can disenchant in one slot. But what you need to do is to keep it like lower amounts per slot. So if you disenchant like 1,000 stoves at the same time, you will not be able to claim this reward. You will have to take down your uncrafting station, and then you're gonna get this in your inbox, and you will never be able to claim it unless Gameloft fixes it. But like how? It's not even gonna fit in the inventory. It would be nice if it would put whatever fits in the inventory and then just scatter the rest in stacks of 99, so you can like move your inventory somewhere and then pick them up again. That would be great. But yeah, if you are using this glitch to farm free iron, I would stick to about 100 stoves per slot. It gives you still more iron that you can possibly need for the rest of your life, and stops issues like this from happening. I love this game, but oof, that butt is so strong. I can feel it. And its event. Ooh, we didn't have one of those in a while. Let's see. It frustrates me how overlooked men are when it comes to fashion. Why do we need a ton of dresses every week in a premium shop and maybe get an occasional male outfit? And let's be honest, those outfits we would likely never wear unless it fits a DreamSnap or boutique challenge. I've seen this complaint around the community for a while, but Gameloft isn't doing anything about it. On a side rant, can we please get more body customization options, especially in terms of body shape? I'm a big guy in real life, so why shouldn't I have an option to represent that through my avatar in game? So both of these issues I've seen people complain about multiple times. I feel like the reason we're not getting as many male outfits is just because statistically there's probably more females playing this game. And also, let's be honest, in Disney movies, the best outfits are female outfits. All of those beautiful dresses, costumes. We still get occasional male outfits here and there. Some friendship quests like give us outfits for both male and female. To be fair, every single level 10 outfit for the friendship quest should give two options. Should give a male and female outfit at the very least. And for the larger size, I feel like the reason is the same. It's the outfits. The outfits are already, a lot of the outfits are very poorly scaled with even the sizes that we have in the game right now. If they allow for even bigger outfits, they're gonna have to basically redesign every single piece of clothing in the game, because they cannot just stretch it. At that point, if the avatar goes past certain point, just simply stretching the textures on the outfit is not gonna be enough. They're gonna literally have to restitch and make like a new model for the outfit, and that's a huge expense for the company to basically create another version of every single outfit in the game. So I can see why they're not doing it. It's probably just not worth for them monetarily to spend insane amount of resources on something that's only a very small percentage of their player base is going to use. Not saying this is right. I'm just saying I can see why they decided not to give us bigger body sizes and instead potentially spend those resources on free updates and DLCs and other premium shop content. Maybe with AI, it would be possible for AI to basically on the fly rescale the existing outfits. I feel like it should be possible, right? Because like there is, most of the outfits are stitched in the same way. There is like all the dresses are stitched in the same way. All of the tops are stitched in a similar way, so AI should be able to like apply the textures like to recreate the model on a bigger size and then reapply the textures, cutting down that work by a lot. So hopefully they're gonna be able to figure out an easy and inexpensive way to allow more customization options and make sure that all the outfits work with everybody's eyes. I wouldn't be against it at all. And yeah, that is exactly the reason why I myself use a female avatar in the game, because the outfits are just better and there's more options. Love when I have to eat my own words. I don't really like Inside Out, and I wasn't thrilled when they announced they were adding joy and sadness to the game. In particular, I hated the way sadness was just so excessively mopey. But oh my gosh, I can happily say she's my new favorite villager. I'd forgotten how helpful, empathic, and supportive she is. And whenever she just looks up at me, like, we're good, right? Or if I catch a fish, she claps and says softly, yay! Yes, that's true. That's adorable. She's so cute. Okay, I've eaten my words now, and I'll stop squeeing over her now. I've seen multiple comments like this. People who weren't even fans of Inside Out to begin with absolutely enjoy sadness. I don't think I've seen a single comment since the update came out of somebody hating the way sadness is done in the game. Sometimes Game Love just does something so good that literally nobody can complain about it. And I feel like sadness, the way they did sadness, is absolutely perfect. I'm sure there are some people who might not enjoy her, but there is very few characters in the game that are so universally agreed on and loved as sadness. It's remarkable. It's a house skin, not a decoration. Oh my god, I keep forgetting we have these. I need to be doing routine duties. I need to focus on them on one of the streams. Title says it's all. I was ready to set up a little section for the cozy cone just for it to show as a house skin. I like my house in the haunted mansion. I wanted the cone as its own thing. Sad. Wait, what? But you know we can place house skins as a separate houses, right? Oh, unless you don't. I every once in a while I see people discovering this thing, and it just absolutely blows their mind that separate house skins can be placed as separate houses. And let me guess, the first comment is you can have a house in more than one place. Boom. That is true. Yeah, the thing is, it would be nice to be able to have several of them placed like this. Apparently it's from Cars movie. I didn't even realize that. It's been a long time since I watched it. But yeah, as a house skin, it just doesn't make much sense. I really wish it was just a regular decoration, and maybe even a little bit smaller than... Wait, I don't even know how big it is. But it just doesn't scream. Who wants to live in a traffic cone? I feel like it would be much better if it was a regular furniture item. Well, that's disappointing from a designer perspective. Yes, it is extremely disappointed. The diagonal fences are absolutely broken right now. I honestly don't know what they were thinking, because I mean, I tried multiple different fences. None of them allowed to be placed like this. Like if you're gonna go diagonal, you cannot switch midway to the straight line. You have to commit to either one, which is not how floors work. Floors, you can switch at any point and create some very unique designs. So floors diagonal placement works flawlessly, but the fences, it just doesn't know what to do with the texture, how to twist it and turn it to be able to have a continuous fence. I can see the issue. I definitely see how it's much more difficult than the floors, but I was hoping if they releasing this feature, they were actually going to figure it out. As it is right now, diagonal fences are pretty much unusable for me. Do you reside in DLC biomes? As the title suggests, have you permanently decided to live in one of the DLCs and their biomes? If so, are there benefits or struggles to that? So, I've seen a lot of talk when Storybook Vale came out, people were gonna move there and live permanently, but I feel like, am I the only one who doesn't really have a permanent place of residence? Kinda. It's like, I don't feel like I can... Like, my main house doesn't really matter its location, because most of the time I travel just wherever the game takes me. If the quest or the Star Path duty takes me somewhere, I'm just gonna go there. The only thing that your house location affects is where you spawn when you enter the game and where your main house is. But considering we have so many, we can decorate inside any house, I feel like I don't really care about my main house anymore as much. I just treat all the houses as my houses, and I can imagine myself living in any one of them. It's not about which house is actually linked to my main house. Also, I usually just exit the game wherever I am in the world, whichever DLC I ended up being at the moment I stopped playing. So when I come back, it just puts me into that DLC's main house as well. So it's like, can you actually physically move to a specific DLC if the game treats every house in every DLC as your main house? So you can be living in every single DLC and the main valley at the same time. It's like having multiple apartments throughout the entire world in different countries, which is pretty cool about Disney Dreamlight Valley. To me, DLC are wild places to go on adventures. The valley is home. That is a good point. I do feel like that as well, even though sometimes I might spend majority of my time in the DLCs and stay there for a while and then come back to the valley. But the thing is, most of the things we need to do, most of the quests, most of the events, most of the Star Path duties are done in the main valley. So no matter if you decide that Storybook Vale is your home, you're still probably going to spend most of the time in the regular valley. But yeah, I would definitely want to set up my home area in each one of these DLCs. So if I do end up spawning there when I start the game, I want it to be a nice place. The pox, the dreaded pox. Not entirely sure what that is. Ever since the Peter Pan update, I have had a red dot of death. Sources have traced it to me to the Storybook Vale region in the Furniture Miscellaneous. Oh my god, the red dot. First of all, the inbox near the house. Every single house now has a inbox, like there's a message, but there is no message. I checked, I tried multiple times. It's just not there. And then today after the update, I had another rogue red dot in my mailbox. Yes, it is spreading. I genuinely don't know why is it so hard to get rid of red dots. Honestly, at this point, just add a button to the settings to just, when you click on it, it resets every single red dot. It just disappears. It just... that's it. Problem solved. And the mailbox one is the worst, because every single house skin you have placed in the valley, you're going to be seeing it. And then it also makes it impossible to know where you actually have new mail, because you have to keep checking. Because if you do get a new mail while you still have the dots, it's still going to look the same. So it's annoying. Come on, GameLoft. Let's fix it once and for all. Congratulations to the winner. I'm disappointed with this community, how everyone is reacting to the winner. Every week, I've seen amazing entries, and seeing this shocked me in a good way, because everyone deserved the win, no matter if it's simple or just pure luck. Whoever you are, congratulations. I know exactly what you're talking about. I did mention it in my results video. That second place submission, I've seen a lot of people not being very nice to it, but once again, I don't agree and I don't understand. The person did nothing wrong. Why are we hating on someone for just getting lucky or getting blessed with the good moonstones? It's not their fault. If you're gonna be angry at somebody, be angry at GameLoft. But once again, results has been all over the place lately, so I don't know if GameLoft is trying to figure it out or not. Am I disappointed? Yes. Am I outraged of this winner? No. Exactly. My main gripe is that the voting always seems to give me photos to vote on that are not on theme, or selfies taken randomly with villagers. I would agree with that. That's a lot of the photos I see. More than half usually are quest shots, or the well shots, or shots that have nothing to do with the theme. If I see a photo where it looks like the person tried, I usually vote for it, even if it's a bunch of random furniture put down to get the deck count. Wait, if they're tried, why would it look like there's a bunch of random furniture? I feel like that's kind of the opposite of trying. Like, those are usually the shots where somebody didn't want to try, they just wanted to get the tags, and that's it. I rarely see photos that look like the ones people post online. At times it feels like I have to vote a lot in one sitting before I see those. This makes me wonder how many really nice looking photos are not being shown as much compared to not on theme or villager selfies. That's a good point. Like, why does it... Is that like just a perception thing? Like, do we feel like we're just mostly seeing them? I barely ever... Like, if I find 2 or 3 photos that, in my opinion, are like top of the crop through the entire week of voting, I feel lucky. Like, all those I don't think I've ever seen any shots that were ever in top 10 through voting ever in my entire life. And I vote some weeks pretty decent amounts, in hundreds. So I genuinely don't get how the voting works. How does it decide to show us so many of these well shots? Maybe there is some flaw with the algorithm, and if, for example, some shots getting skipped a lot, that might be it. Okay, so here's my theory. I had the same issue on Dreamer's portal with the star snaps. So the skip functionality, the way I see it and the way it's implemented on the portal, in case you don't know, the star snaps is basically our community version of DreamSnaps. So they have very similar mechanics. So the skips, the way I implemented it and the way that makes sense, the only reason for skips is to allow people to cast a vote that is not actually a vote. Let me explain. So you can basically there is 3 kinds of votes you can cast. So each submission can get one of 3 kinds of votes. It can win a duel, it can lose a duel, or it can get skipped. If there is no skip options, the vote count on certain submissions would not go up. If they got if people would just refresh the page or refresh the submissions to potentially skip another submission, the vote wouldn't go up, which means those submissions would get stuck in lower vote counts. And I'm pretty sure there should be some system that will push the shots with lower vote counts to more people to get those vote counts up. But since those submissions might be not on theme or very, very low effort, people might not be inclined to vote for them, so they will refresh again. And that makes it so even more people will see those submissions, because the algorithm is going to try to get those votes on those shots up to match the other submissions. So each submission gets approximately the same amount of votes. So if that's the way DISNEY Dreamlight Valley works, the shots that are getting skipped could potentially be shown to more people. And it might create an illusion that those shots are shown more than the great shots, because the great shots always get the vote. They barely ever get skipped. That basically allows them to dominate. Their vote counts are always going to be high, so they're going to be less likely to be recommended. But the skipped shots, or shots that people refresh and don't cast a vote, if you don't feel like either shot deserves a vote, unless you get a permanent vote, win or loss or skip, the vote count does not go up. So these shots keep getting recommended over and over again. That's the only reason the skip button exists, at least on the star snaps. And I'm guessing it might be the same in the DreamSnaps. It's basically necessary, but also it might create situations like this. How do you fix this? I'm gonna need to think about it. Because without skip button, if the shot, for example, if it's a very bad shot, but there are some random voters that, let's say, voted for it a couple times on accident, and then most of the times it gets skipped, then it's gonna have a very low vote count, but the percentage, it is possible to be skewed. It could actually have a very high win rate, but considering it has very few votes to begin with, it might make it seem like it's much better than other submissions. And the skip button is there to prevent it, because the skips should basically show that the quality of the submission is not as high as the others, so it shouldn't be treated just on the basis of the win rate. I don't know if I'm making sense right now, but basically I'm guessing that that's why we see so many of these shots, and I do not know what the solution is, because I couldn't figure out this better solution for star snaps either. But I'm gonna think about it, and hopefully, if you have any ideas how this can be fixed or improved, please let me know in the comments. Alright, I think on this note, we're gonna end this Reddit review. That gave me a lot to think about. And yeah, this is a very big problem in these kinds of votes. It's just, you want to make sure that it's as fair as possible, and there's no way to game the system. And yeah, skips are unfortunately necessary, unless you come up with some completely different way to match submissions and calculate the results. Yeah, have a lot to think about. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for supporting the channel. You guys are awesome. Subscribe for more Disney Dreamlight Valley, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.
Oh, nice day we're having, isn't it?
Oh, it's wonderful. Woohoo!
Amazing. Gotta tell you, it is really beautiful here. Hey, nice to see you.
Oh, hello.
Are you seeing this?
Oh,